In round 22, my Swans managed to get into the top 8 for the first time this season. Can we stay there though? Welcome to the channel, my name's Rob, and let's get picking some tips for the week of AFL. Seriously, how is time going so fast? It's now less than a month till we're in Australia, and there are only 2 weeks left of the normal AFL season. So let's look how we did last week. Now, Friday we started Collingwood versus Geelong. Oh my God, I was close. I did Geelong to lose and Collingwood to win because that was a really, really important result for Swans to have. I did Collingwood by 10. I thought it'd be a close one. Collingwood won by 8. I don't normally want Collingwood to win, but in this situation, definitely did. So 1 point plus half a point for a close score. Next, I don't know why I do this to myself. I don't know why I did this to myself. On Saturday, North versus Essendon, I thought once again, maybe this is the time for North to get their third win. They did not. 77 to 86. I did North by 6. Essendon won by 9. Therefore, I get nothing. So annoying. Why did I do that? I don't know. Swans, Gold Coast. Amazingly, most people did go for Swans on this one. Only 5% people went for Gold Coast, which I'm surprised. I'm surprised only 5% went for them. But I did Swans to win by 20. They won by 24. I get 1 point plus half a point for a close score, and that does put us into 7th place. One win out of 2 will be enough. That will be enough. Yeah, one more win out of 2, we can do it. Maybe, no, we need one more win, and then it's, I think, secure. Yeah. Brisbane versus Adelaide Crows. I did go for a Brisbane win. I did Brisbane by 20. It was closer than that, a really high-scoring game as well. Brisbane won by 6, so Crows did put up a fight. Once again, I'm amazed. Only 7% of people went for Crows. Barbara's probably one of them. So Brisbane win, I get the point, but I do not. I'm literally, I think, 2 points off a close score. Never mind. Then, Carlton versus Melbourne. This is a game, I do not know how Melbourne didn't win this in the end. They had... in the last few minutes, they had a kick, no one marking, and kicked the ball, just didn't quite make it. I think it may have gone through behind, and then we had touched just in the last minute, but Carlton won, and that puts Carlton into 5th. That is them. Pretty sure they'll be safe now. If they got one win, it's guaranteed top 8. But I think, it's not guaranteed. But I think Carlton have done enough. Then West Coast versus Fremantle. Oh my God, I did Fremantle by 20 because West Coast were scoring, but Fremantle decided, let's destroy them, and they won by 101 points. So I get the result, but no one gets a close score. Then we had Hawthorn versus Western Bulldogs. Hawthorn won. It started quite well for me, apart from the North game, and it's just gone downhill. I did Bulldogs to win by 20. Hawthorn won by 3. We've had a couple of a few close games, but Hawthorn get the win. Does that help them? No, it does not. But it does help Swans. That's the more important thing. So I did want Hawthorn to win. Saints versus Richmond. Well, yeah, Saints managed to get the win. That keeps them 2 points ahead of Sydney. They're in 6th. I thought they would crumble. I thought Richmond were improving. It has gone the complete opposite way. And I get nothing. I did Richmond by 6. Saints won by 36. So it's looking pretty good for St Kilda. It's not in concrete yet though. It's still tight and it's still all to play for, especially for that 6th, 7th and 8th spot. That's the big one. And then the last game, Port versus GWS. Port have been on awful form. GWS were on okay, pretty good form. Lost to Sydney, but I thought maybe bounce back. Port were like, yeah, we've got to sort this out. We've got to stay in the top 4. And that's certainly helping. Well, no, that's them in the top 4 now. Yeah, with that win, they're guaranteed top 4. So I get nothing on that one as well. And the table after round 22. Jackson is still in the lead. He has won it. Jackson, all hail Jackson. What a fantastic performance. Frenchie's doing well as well, but I do not think Jackson's going to be caught now. Azimuth up 1, Stoked Bull up 1, Stinky Pinky down 2, Kev up 3, any other big movement? Aussie Austrian up 8, Magpie Paulie up 6, David L down 7, a little bit 6 and 7s moving. And I was annoyed because I thought I had a good week to start off with, and it just went to pot. It all went Pete Tong. And I am down in 53. Oh. Let's see. Cappy. Cappy gets the golden hat. Gone up 10 places. Who is the worst? Fred. The funny thing is, Fred's only gone down 1 place. But Fred gets the wooden spoon for this week. A few weeks ago, we had Collingwood versus Port, first versus second. That has changed. We now have Collingwood versus Brisbane, top versus second. Who's going to win this one? Both have pretty much the same form, haven't they? 2 losses in their last 7 games. I'm going to go with Collingwood. It's Marvel Stadium on Friday. I'm going to go with Collingwood. Only because it's not in Brisbane. If it was in Brisbane, I probably would have gone the other way. Surely, I'm going to do them by 10. I don't think there'll be loads in it. Both teams performing pretty well. You know, both teams first and second doing really well. They are top 8, probably. No, yeah, definitely top 4. So they're doing very well. MCG on Saturday, Richmond versus North. North, you've ruined me too many times, guys. You've just destroyed me. Richmond by 20. Dustin Martin's going to come into form here, and they're going to destroy North. And I've gutted. Why do North keep letting me down? This is not a game that I predict they're going to win, and they're not. Yeah, see if Richmond can get a win after 4 games. Let's see. Then Metricon, Gold Coast versus Carlton. What do I see? I would like Carlton to lose. Okay, right. This is when the form goes wrong. Look, it doesn't matter. Look, I've messed up. I'm about halfway in the table at the moment, so screw it. I'm going with what the Swans need rather than form. Gold Coast are going to surprise. That's all I'm going to say. Gold Coast, it's at the Metricon. Gold Coast are going to come out flying and beat Carlton by 10. You have my word. You have my word. Yeah, that would be good. That would be so good because it would help Swans so much. There you go. There's my bold prediction for the week. Then Giants Stadium in Sydney, GWS versus Essendon. They've almost getting the opposite form. GWS obviously had 5 wins in a row, but then have gone and lost 2. And that was Swans and Port. Essendon have got a couple of wins. Both teams need these wins. They need these wins. Looking at the table, GWS in 10th. They need a win. And both on 44 points. This is huge for both of them. I'm going to go with the Toby effect. Giants by 10. It's a difficult one. It's a really difficult one. The only real thing is the fact that the Giants are playing at home, but both teams, it is a must win for both these teams now. It is must win. Then Marvel, St Kilda versus Geelong. Geelong are sitting in 11th. They are a must win. Yep, Geelong's a must win. Saints is not necessarily a must win, but if they win this, they're in the top 8. Oh, it's weird, isn't it? The form is so up and down for both teams. I'm going to go Geelong. Geelong by 20. I think technically they have a stronger team, but the form has just been so up and down. And actually, there was a recent point where we thought Geelong's form's going to carry them into the top 8. They started so badly, and they started skyrocketing. And now all of a sudden they've run out of jet fuel and are going back down. And can Saints hold on? It's a tough pick as well, that one. Then, this is huge. This is huge. Crows are at home at the Oval, but they're against Swans. And weeks ago I was saying, I think it was the week before the Geelong game where we drew, it was a case of, okay, there's still time. We just need good form. And we've gone and won the last 5 games in a row. Crows, very mixed form. In the last 7, they've only won 3. They lost last week. I've got to go with Swans. I've got to go with Swans by 30. We haven't won many games by a big score, but Swans by 30. Oh, so annoying. I won't be doing a watch along, but I will be watching most of it. Because I have my bowls final, club singles bowls final. So annoyingly, there's no watch alongs this week, but I will be watching this at the start and then on my phone at the end. So no watch alongs. I'm sorry. Sunday, Marvel, Western Bulldogs versus West Coast. Well, West Coast ain't going to win, are they? So Western Bulldogs by 20. I don't think. Look, I think the last game, the Fremantle game against West Coast got just obliterated. I don't know what the hell happened there. But in more recent games, West Coast have been scoring goals, just clearly not enough. Their defence has been too weak. I don't think it should be a problem for Western Bulldogs, even if their form is not amazing. It is still a hell of a lot better than West Coast. Then MCG, Melbourne versus Hawthorn. Hawthorn are on a 2-win run, but they're not going to beat Melbourne. They're not. They just cannot beat Melbourne. So Melbourne are going to win by 30. They're going to win by 30 on Sunday. Then last game, Fremantle versus Port. Fremantle have gone from winning by 101 points. Port obviously won last week after a bad run of form. It's at Optus. Surely Port are not going to lose this. Port by 20. There you go. A lot of 20s there. Port by 20. So my predictions for this week: Collingwood by 10, Richmond by 20, Gold Coast by 10, Giants by 10, Geelong by 20. There's a lot of getting the wins. Sydney by 30, West Coast by 20, Melbourne by 30. Hang on. That's better. I accidentally did West Coast. No, Western Bulldogs by 20, Melbourne by 30, and Port by 20. So they are this week's predictions. Now, next week, I will not be doing the predicting. My predictions have been distinctively average this season. So, as of next week, Charlie will be taking the mantle and she will be picking the teams for me. So we'll see if she can do better than me. Thank you so much for watching. Honestly, you guys have made this season of tipping brilliant. Thank you everyone for joining in. We've had so many people in the league and some fantastic performances, especially by bloody Jackson. What are you doing, man? I need to copy you next season. Thank you so much. It's less than a month until we come down under, so make sure you subscribe to Charlie and Rob or go to charlieandrob.com to see all our vlogs. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel and this video, and I will catch you next time.